Today we're going to tackle how to become a property investor as a beginner in property. There are a number of things that you need to consider before you pick your property strategy, because there are tons of property strategies. Let me list some of the most popular property strategies out there. The first one is deal packaging, Airbnb, HMO, there's social housing, there's buy to let, buy, reconfigure, rent and refinance, flips, buying commercial property and converting them to residential, buying commercial properties and renting them out as commercial, land development. So which one of these strategies should you pick? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about how to pick the right property strategy for you as a beginner. The first question you need to ask yourself is, are you looking for income or capital appreciation? Income simply means what strategy can pay me today, and capital appreciation means, can I find a property strategy that will pay me in the future? So today's money implies that you are in a job, maybe running a business, and you're looking for ways to provide for your family, maybe pay your bills, maybe pay your mortgage, and live in today's society. And future money means you're okay financially. You've got a good job, you've got a stable job, your family situation is okay, got a little bit of savings, and now you're ready to start investing for the future. So if you're thinking about investing in property, that to me is one of the most important questions you have to ask yourself. Am I looking for income generating strategies, or am I past income, or am I looking for capital appreciating property strategies or capital increase in property strategies? So the second thing that you've got to ask yourself is, how much time do you have available? Because there are some property strategies that are relatively passive, although I hate that word passive income when it comes down to property, but there are some property strategies that are more passive than the other, and there are some property strategies that are very involving and require you to be quite hands-on. So you need to ask yourself, how much time do I have available? Am I a busy entrepreneur? Am I a busy single mother? Is my job very demanding? Do I have any spare time? For example, if you are a busy entrepreneur that works 90 hours per week, then there are certain property strategies that you will not be able to carry out, and you will get frustrated and it's not going to work for you. So you've got to really ask yourself, how much time do I really have available, and which property strategies work for the time that I have available? Number 3 is very important. Now, you might hear people talking about raising finance, find investors and raise finance, and I'm the biggest fan of that. But in order to find a genuine property strategy that you can make work, you've got to ask yourself a very simple question. How much money do I have in my bank account today? So it's not a matter of how much money can I raise in the future, because I could say, hey, in the future, I'm going to raise £1 billion. Therefore, I'm going to look at property strategies such as buying high-rise towers or buying central London offices. So you've got to be realistic and say, how much money do I have in my bank today? And that will determine which property strategy you should also be looking at. Because there are property strategies that you can start for £1,000, and there are property strategies that you can start with £100,000. So it's really important to ask yourself these questions, because without knowing what your positions are on these 3 questions, then you're going to make a mistake. And then the last one, which I think a lot of people forego when it comes down to investing, you've got to ask yourself, what is your temperament? Now, there are certain property strategies that I can't do because I'm usually quite loud, quite brash. I'm not the most smiliest person. So there are certain property strategies that just don't work for certain personality types. We've got to decide what is your temperament and what is your attitude, and which strategies work with your personality type. And then there's an extra bonus, is what is your risk appetite? Because each individual property strategies carry a different level of risk. So hey guys, if you're getting any value from any of my content, please do me a favor, like, comment and subscribe. This helps to push this video to more people. So let me give you a live example of how to make an analysis. So I would ask myself, hey, are you looking for income or capital appreciation? And I would say, well, do you know what? I'm on £30,000 per year, so I do need a little bit more income. If we go through the list of the different property strategies from deal packaging, Airbnb, HMO, social housing, buy to let, BRRR, buying land, doing flips, commercial to residential, commercial to commercial, then if I'm saying I'm looking for income, then I've got to look at the opportunities and the strategies that give me the opportunity to make an increased income. So that means I'm limited to deal packaging, then I'm limited to service accommodation, or I'm limited to HMO, or my last option is social housing. So straight away, I've got to push all the other strategies to the side. Now I've got 4 options in front of me. Then the next question is, how much money do I have available? So if I say I've only got £7,000 available, now from the 4 property strategies that might be suitable, I now only have 2 options left. which would be either deal packaging or serviced accommodation. With deal packaging, you can get started with around £1,000. With serviced accommodation, in many locations, you can get started with less than £5,000. Question number 3, how much time do you have available? Let's say you're someone that works from home and you've got some time on your hands. Then you could still look at deal packaging and you could still look at serviced accommodation. Then you ask yourself, what's my temperament and what's my attitude like? Am I great at customer service? Am I not good at customer service? Am I happy to meet my customers and happy to meet my guests? Am I not happy to meet my customers and meet my guests? Then that means, okay, well, I don't really like meeting people. I'm not going to be great at meeting guests and customers, and my Airbnb automatically removes service accommodation from your options. That leaves you with deal packaging. And then before you round up everything, you ask yourself, what is my risk appetite? Are you low risk, medium risk, or high risk? So now that you're left with just one property strategy that works for you, which is deal packaging, which is a very low risk property strategy, then that's the property strategy I will zero in on, and that's the property strategy I would focus on, and that's the property strategy I would go out there to seek help and advice on, and potentially get someone to coach me, mentor me, or train me on how to become an incredible deal packager. So if you get value from this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I look forward to answering all your questions in the comment section. I'll catch up with you soon.